another fingerpicking lesson marker here. Let's talk about chord noodling. Now, we have been talking a lot about adding a melody around the chord, and chord noodling is slightly different, okay? So when I play a melody around the chord, I could play, for example, a basic G major chord in position number 1, and then just play a melody up to position number 7 or 8, okay? But chord noodling is slightly different because we're going to add notes around the chord position, okay? And so if I play a G major chord, okay, here, I just want to add notes around this position, okay? So I can't just play G and then playing something like this, okay? So chord noodling is awesome if you are a beginner and you want to kind of spice things up with basic chords, or if you are intermediate advanced and you want to kind of find a way to, you know, come up with different chords. So hopefully you're gonna like this lesson, guys. Make sure that you get the tab, check my Patreon page. You can get this tab as well as all the YouTube tabs and additional fingerpicking programs. And also, guys, subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming lessons. Now let's have a close up and let's get started. The chord progression we're gonna play like this. So as you can see, there's a lot going on between the chords, okay? The thing about the chord noodling, guys, is the fact that we are going to change the picking pattern quite a lot depending on which chord we are playing. Now the first chord is B minor, and I'm playing it like this: the A string for number 2, the D and the G string for number 4, okay? And the B string for number 3. And this is just like a B minor, the bar chord, but without the bar chord, okay? As we are also playing the E string open. Now for the B minor chord, the finger picking pattern will be, so I have 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And I'm plucking with thumb, index, middle, and ring, and then ring again, okay? Now the second chord is G add 9. And the awesome thing about this chord progression is that the G doesn't really start with the root note. It starts with the B string fret number 3, and then I put down the low E fret number 3, the bass note, and then the D string open, the G string fret number 2, and the B string open, okay? So I have a different voicing here, and this is what chord noodling is. So I start with this voicing, and then I finish with the B string open, okay? Now, the next chord, okay, I have D major, and on the D there is a lot going on. Okay, so I put down a basic D major chord, guys, okay, D string, G string fret 2, B string fret 3, and the E string fret number 2, just a D major. But I'm gonna pluck the strings like this: D, G, B, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna play the B string and the E string, okay? But the E string is open, okay? So I'm gonna get rid of this finger, and I'm gonna play the B string and the E string, okay? And then I'm gonna hammer the fret number 2 with the middle finger, okay? So then I have the B string again, and the E string open, all right? So, and the next chord is A, okay? So now the A major is a basic A major chord, guys. I'm playing it like this. I have the A string open, the D string fret number 2, the G string fret number 2, and the B string fret number 2. Many of you play this chord like this or like this, but I like this, okay? It's kind of a unusual way to play it, but I really, really like it, okay? And so once you're done with the D, you want to play the A string, the D string fret number 2, G string fret number 2, B string fret number 2, okay? And then the B string fret number 3, so we change the voicing. That's it, okay? So now when we repeat this thing again, we're gonna have a slightly different chord noodling approach. So the B minor is the same, and the G will be different. So B minor. Now when you play the G, you're gonna start the same way. So the B string fret number 3, and then the low E fret number 3, and then the D string, G string. Okay, so I'm playing thumb, thumb, index, and now we have something different. We have the B and the E string fret number 3, and B string fret number 3, and E string fret number 2. So I'm basically noodling around these two notes. Okay, so alright, so then I have the D major. Now the D major, we're gonna put down the chord and we're gonna play the B string, the D string, G string, B string, and then we're gonna do the same thing on B and E string with the hammer on, and then the B string and the E string again. Okay, so and the same A chord. Alright, so basically the difference is just the G major when you play the second time, and the D major, which will start on the B string. That's it, okay? So you wanna practice that slowly, and then you try the B section. Alright guys, now the B section is slightly different. We're gonna start with the G chord, D, A, B minor, and A again, okay? So we start with the beautiful G add 9 chord, and we're gonna play the low E fret number 3 and the G string fret number 2, and you wanna pluck the strings like this. So 6, 4, 3, and 2, okay? Then you play the bass note again, and then you play these beautiful, noodling here, okay? Which is on the B and the E string fret number 3, and then the E string fret number 2. So you have B string fret 3 and the E string fret number 2. Then you have the B string only and the E string open, okay? So alright, so now when I play the D major, very simple. Put down the chord and I play the E string open, the D string, and then G and B string. And then I play this nice melody. Okay? So it's on the B string and the E string, okay? You want to play the B string fret 3 and the E string fret number 3. So I change the voicing. Then I get rid of the little finger and I play 3 and 2. And then the E string open and the B string fret number 3, okay? Now, A major chord. Okay, same kind of structure. I play the E string open, the A string as a bass, and then D, G, and B string fret number 2. Okay? And then the melody. Now this is more of a melody than chord noodling. So I'm gonna be playing the B string fret number 2, 3, E string open, and the E string fret number 3, but I'm actually sliding from fret 2, and I go back to the fret number 2. Okay, so and after that B minor. Okay, so fret number 2, the A string fret number 2, and the B string fret number 3. Okay, this is like a B minor chord. It's kind of an unusual way to play it, but it is indeed a B minor chord. And then the A major. So I'm playing the E string, A string, and G and B string fret 2. So far we have G, again G, same thing, same thing, same thing. Now the difference is on the A major. So one thing you could do, G major, D, this is another way to really noodle on the D major, and I'm gonna show it to you. So G, now D major, you play the E string, the D string, and G and B, and then I'm changing position and I have, so I'm playing the D string again, and then I'm playing B string fret 3 and the E string fret number 5, then 3 and 3, 3 and 2, and the B string fret 3 only. Beautiful way of playing the D. And then on the A major, I'm playing the A, so E string, A string on the bass, and D, G, and B string. And then I have the B string fret number 3, 5, and 8, sliding to 10. Okay? And I go back to the B minor. Okay, D major, A, you strum, and a B minor 11, beautiful, just with the strum, okay? Now guys, this is an awesome way to really spice things up. What's going on with the camera? Spice things up, okay, in B minor, and not an easy thing to do, but hopefully you can, you know, use this video to get inspired and come up with your own ideas. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I'm gonna see you on the next tutorial.